Hello, monkey. Ah, look. What have you got? Daddy love you so much. Bye-bye. A lot of people said to me like, oh, it's gonna hinder your performance or it's gonna make you think a lot, but my daughter's 2 years old now and I won this year. Performance-wise, it hasn't changed much, but personally, it's changed a lot in my head.
The toughest race in the world is writing history again.
Dakar dominates my whole year, basically.
It's the most miserable and fun 2 weeks of your life.
Just look at Sebastian Loeb, he's hunting down al-attiyah.
It's an addiction because I feel like comfort with adrenaline.
We've been creating this dream all together, racing Dakar.
To win Dakar back-to-back would for sure be something really special.
Yeah, it's quite scary, you going into these dangerous races and not knowing what's going to be on the other side of it. Yeah, you always just cross your fingers and hope for the best, that it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, and yeah, you go home safely and all in one piece.
Many people ask you, how is it possible with your age to arrive to the Dakar and do not suffer during the race? This is probably one of the most difficult parts, to prepare yourself in a good way that you don't suffer when you arrive to the Dakar. You don't suffer too much.
For all competitors, getting body and mind in the best shape possible is the daily driver on the road to Dakar. Both elements of the training are inextricably linked, but how you prepare for the toughest race in the world depends on who you are.
I try to not have fear because the fear blocks you, so I try to fight without the fear.
Cristina Gutierrez became the first woman to win the FIA World Cup for cross-country rallies in 2021. In 2022, she followed up by finishing on the Dakar podium in the lightweight prototype T3 category. 2023 will be her 7th Dakar.
For preparation, I love to go to Lanzarote because I love the outside sport, like bicycling or running in the beach or surfing or something, things like this. With my trainer, we go to this volcano because it's a lovely part to make hiking. It's nice because you make a sport and also you can see beautiful things. For race, you need to be prepared, all your body. For me, it's important to make different things because if not, it's a little bit worried. Outside of the race, it's important to have like a stop moment on racing because the races and all of these things makes a lot of adrenaline, and you need to stop. Because if not, in a couple of years, you are like struggling with everything and your mind is totally blocked.
The younger you are, the less fear you have. What you don't know can't hold you back.
The mental side of Dakar in general is just you have to have the mentality that nothing can keep you down.
Seth Quintero proved that point in the last Dakar. When aged just 19, he rewrote the record books by winning 12 of the 13 stages, the most ever in a single rally. It was an epic display after a big mechanical problem on the second stage wrecked his chances of overall victory.
It's just one of those things where it's like, all right, you're in the moment. You got to forget about those the bad moments immediately, and you can't let those things linger. Just because if you let those linger and those bad moments will get a hold of you and you'll keep thinking about it and it'll burn you out and try to get you away from the sports.
Living on the west coast of America has obvious advantages when it comes to training, and Quintero has developed his own unique style.
For me, it's definitely a little bit different than most just because I'm at a younger age, and training for me is more mentally training, getting ready, just kind of relaxing and preparing, just because I'm a fit guy. I'm naturally fit. My parents are naturally fit, and I'm out riding dirt bikes, BMX, snowboarding, surfing, fishing. I'm a very adventurous and outgoing person. Kevin Benavides won the bikes category on the 2021 Dakar.
And the 33-year-old Argentine knows what it took to achieve such a historic first win for a South American rider.
I train a lot physically because I like it. A lot of sessions on the gym. We also dedicate some time to train our mind. Also during the race, because I think it's important to always have some order on your head and to prepare for the next day.
But what about the legends of the Dakar? They have all the experience in the world, competing and winning for so many years. But age is no friend of supreme fitness for the desert.
Obviously, it's not easy to work before the Dakar in the physical part. It's not the same when you are 35, 40, 45 than when you are 60.
For me, since 40 years, this is the same history. Try to be fit, try to do sport when it's necessary and never give up. For sure, this is also the key to never stop to do sport. You know, every year is a little bit more complicated. But the motivation is still here, so when you have a motivation, especially with this kind of challenge, it's easy to find the motivation. I try to do a lot of motorcycle, riding my motorcycle in the forest really fast. It's a good training for my eyes, for my reflex and for everything. Running, it's finished. My leg, my two knees are completely destroyed from the motorcycle. So just bicycle for training.
Just being able to train has been an achievement for two leading riders ahead of Dakar 2023. They've been undergoing serious rehab after injuries wrecked their plans for the season.
We're here training at the APC to get fit and strong, ready for Dakar. I'm still recovering from my elbow injury from Dakar this year, so it's pretty important to get back strong and start in the right steps.
We both have a hand injury, me a shoulder, Daniel a shoulder and an elbow, so we can train a bit together, make the rehabilitation together, push each other a little bit when we train the
legs.
The legs.
141. That's one more.
Matthias Falkner won the race for KTM in 2018 and finished third in 2022. Daniel Sanders, riding for Gas Racing, was the early leader in 2022 before crashing out. Both face a race to be fit for the start on December the 31st.
We're dedicated and we push each other, and it just helps so much when you have a good training partner. It helps bring that level up to, you know, competition.
In such an intense, high-risk environment, racing solo in the desert for days on end can take its toll on relationships, inside and outside the sport.
Is there a friendship at the Dakar? Do we have a friendship in the Dakar? Yeah, we share a camper together and we help one another as well. We want ourselves to be, you know, at the top, and we believe that this year going into the race.
Sam Sunderland and Toby Price are two-time Dakar winners. Sunderland won last time out for Gas in 2022, but for all their determination to win, both acknowledge the fellowship among competitors and the sacrifices involved in going for Dakar glory.
This is kind of like your second family, really. It's we spend a lot of time from home, and you get to see everybody that's chasing the same goal as you.
It's not a sport where every day is sunshine and roses. Like, you might crash and have an injury. You might arrive to the race not feeling on point, and it's good to have a good mate by your side where you can have a bit of crack and try and help each other. I remember when he won Dakar with his broken wrist, he was ready to pull out on day 2. When I've got my helmet on, I'm only thinking about the task at hand. Like, I'm not thinking about girlfriends, family, my child. I'm like, you need so much focus to do what you're doing that there's no time to think of anything else. But certainly when I'm at home, I think a lot about, like, okay, stupid things when you say goodbye and bye-bye. You never want to say it out loud because you don't want to worry anybody, but like, I'll mow the grass before I leave, I'll make sure all my things are in order, and there's always that small feeling inside that you hope, you know, that you're going to come home safely and see your daughter and your family again.
These are superhumans at work, challenging their bodies and minds to go to places that most ordinary people wouldn't know existed. passionate about their sport and utterly dedicated to succeed. They push the limits of their endurance at every turn of their wheels.
We don't give up, so we'll be there whether the body's still busted or not. We're still going to be putting my best foot forward and fighting for that podium and one of those trophies.